He just posted it right now. All right. This.
Where did he post it?
Where did I see it at? I think he put it in just. Where did he put it under? Oh, he put it under stream advertising.
Okay. I mean, why not? I mean, why not?
Why not? That's where he. I think it's because that's where Debbie just posted. I don't see it yet. Maybe he's still in lobby.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Still in the lobby. Might have a little wait, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't even see it in the lobby browser. Do you see it?
It's in spectate now. It's just gone in. But thanks DE does makes some wonderful things happen.
So while this is going, we got 4 minutes. So Meaty's gonna be player 1 for me. His civilization is Huns. Ooh.
This is an interesting matchup.
Malians. I played Malians for the first time yesterday. I had no idea what to do. Apparently they're a really awesome civ. Had no idea. That was new to me. I don't know what happened with that gray background. It's supposed to be bigger. Whatever. You saw it. That's
stream things. Yeah, it was fine earlier. Stream things.
It's stream things. But yeah,
it's like thanks DE and thanks Streamlabs.
So as Malians, what do you think mollat's strategy here is?
Mollat is fast, so I think mollat's going to be doing scouts. Malians have cheaper wood for their buildings. They don't cost as much wood for buildings, so he's going to be going up possibly even slightly earlier, or he might not need as many on wood to get his quick barracks and then quick stable. He'll be sort of clicking up at 8 minutes, possibly even a little bit quicker.
Wow.
Get some scouts out. Yep.
He'll be fast?
He's that's like 21 pop scouts. Yes,
cow.
Malians do get. He could go man at arms also because they do get extra pierce armor. That's correct. But I would say for the speed of Mollat, I feel like he would go scouts. And he can then compete with Huns because Huns are 100% going. They're 100% going scouts as well.
That's all jacked up now. My transparent background.
Hey, Tom Snuffles is here as well.
Tom Snuffles,
Mr. Snuffles. Good to see you, dude.
The Snuffleupagus boy. Here we go. It's fixed now.
I love Brizzlin's like, I'll teach you DM, and then Ord's like, she means crush you.
Dude.
Yeah, well,
she's solid. She's doing she entered for the DM tournament that's coming up.
Yeah, I continue to watch her playing in Jordan's stream.
Yeah.
And yeah, she did really well in that first game. It was just the second game when they finally got it to load. Jordan just went full like elephant and halb as melee. And it was very strong. Very strong.
We did a DM, just like a fun type situation a couple nights ago. And honestly, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to be stupid. I'm going to pick the Turks. I'm just going to make bombard towers. I'd never played DM before. And I'm laughing. And we're playing with True, who's one of the best in the world for DM. I don't know the DM scene. I only know the RM. And he's like, no, it's banned in all like DM tournaments because apparently bombard towers are like super OP.
They're ridiculous. They are utterly ridiculous. They are super strong.
Yeah. Oh, and what they're saying about me with how I die. So my DM strategy is I die, but I hide my vills, and then I just reboom, and then I just come in. That's the strategy. I just die right away. I swear it's on purpose. No. Yeah, no, yeah, we got to play with True. That was really cool. That guy, he's a really cool guy. That was really fun. So, yeah, but Bristlin is really good. Learn from her. You got to learn from her. She's solid. I think Bristlin, you got to like 1200, I think. Maybe higher in DM.
Oh yeah, Code is very good as well. I remember watching some games from Code. Very good.
All
It's
right.
just a completely different strategy. Like for me, I'm just like, let's make some villages and build some eco. And then I was like, hang on, I've got a million resources. I'm supposed to be like making some units at some point.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like they were just laughing at the strats that I was doing, and just teaching me, just kind of build a spiral. I'm gonna pause when the game loads so we could get on the same time. So I got the loading screen right now, and
Right,
I
I am.
am pausing.
Yep, I'm paused at 2 seconds.
I'm paused at 4. Let me get the score up in the corner, and I want to get the population one. I'll probably be bouncing back and forth to zoom out. I turned off my grid mode. Let me do that real quick. I turned all that stuff off, but it's still showing it on here. So thank you, DE. So someone tell me where it's at in here. The old terrain. How do you turn off terrain grid?
It's on the graphics, I think.
So I'm in interface. Do I just go to like terrain grid color? How do you turn it off? I don't want it for this.
I think you have to go into the actual graphics bit and then actually turn it off from there.
I don't know. I just don't want it for the casting. I turned it off and it was working just a moment ago, like when we were chit-chatting, and now it's back again. So I think we're just gonna have to deal with the grids. We'll just go terrain grid color white. See if that
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Here you go. There's on game. If you go terrain grid display, you can actually turn it off.
On what?
So if you go right,
Game?
if you go right to in the
there it
options
is.
menu.
All right, there we go. Off. No, it's still showing it. Thanks, DE.
Yeah. So if you go to the fourth tab across, and then you can turn it off from there, and that should.
This is pro casting, everybody. Yeah, it says
Or
terrain. It's
hang
off.
on. Have you got Zetna's? Yeah. Have you got Zetna's grid mod?
No, I disabled it.
Oh, it's just DE.
It's DE.
Just DE
All right,
thing.
it is what it is. All right. So I'm still at 4 seconds. So you click and then I'll click.
Yeah, I've got to 4.
All right.
I just quickly got to 4, so I can go when you do.
All right. So we'll go on 1. So 3, 2, 1. All right.
Perfect.
So here we go. We got Meaty Boy, and I have team colors on. I don't have the actual colors going. So Meaty did wood first, so there's no idle TC time. And we got houses being built. So no houses need to be built for the Huns, so that's going to be kind of nice. So for Meaty.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Huns pick on this map. It's very, very strong. However, what I don't like about the Huns on this matchup is the fact that Malians have some very interesting counters. They get camels, they get Farimba, which later in the game gives an extra attack bonus to them, plus 5 on their tab.
Plus 5, which is sick.
Which is insane. So it's going to be an interesting match, a very interesting match. And that again, they both get early wood bonuses. Like not having to build houses is great, but also the Malians get a nice reduction in the cost to build buildings.
Yeah, it's nice. I think both of them actually have a nicely wallable base. Looking at it, I mean, forward gold's for Meaty, but he could kind of work around that for his main gold. I mean, there's that one that's in front of his forward gold, that L-shaped one, but both of them actually have easily wallable bases. I do like mollat's a lot better, because he could literally wall in all of his resources and be safe. Meaty's going to have he's going to have 2 forward golds, but depending on how he walls it.
Yeah, and at least for the early game, if he's going man at arms, that's fine. He doesn't need much gold. If he's going scouts, he doesn't need any. So I feel that Meteor is fine with this main gold. He can wall that in nicely. He can even wall in his front gold his first front gold if he wants to.
Yeah. I think they both actually, I mean, if they really want, they could FC if they really wanted to with this map, depending on how fast they want to go with the walls, which is crazy. Good lumber camp placement, that's for Odd. Looking under TC. Good placement.
We've got a nice little dancing sheep. I like the dancing sheep. It's sort of getting in everybody's way right now.
No, it's always the pits. But yeah, looking at this, do a little zoom in. Good efficiency. So I think clean build so far. I like that.
Yeah, and Tom Snuffles will be very happy with both mill placements. The mill placements are good. In that nice little being hugged by the berries there for Meaty Boy.
Oh yeah, that's about the best berries you can get with a mill.
It's
right there.
It's
That's
glorious, is what it is.
mill placement hype.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, oh, all right. Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
a little attack.
Going for mollat scout. I like it.
That was good. Yeah,
So
Meaty's scout was idle a little bit. I kind of want to see. So Meaty still has not found his. Or has he found? No, I got all of it. He's still scouting around his whole base. Probably looking for walls. I want to see. So what's the quick hotkey to switch between the two players?
You can just shift double click on one of their units, and that will.
Okay, shift double click.
That will get you there.
All right.
Yeah.
So looking at this, so Mollat's basically seen everything. He has not seen. Oh, I like that shift double click. That is money. Yeah. So looking at all this, oh, excellent. Click view lock, pro caster over here.
Oh no, he tried. Oh,
what
Mollat,
happened?
He tried to quick wall to stop the boar from eating his villager.
Oh, did his vill die?
Said, I'm not having it, and he's lost a vill.
What?
That puts his scout's time very behind. I do not like this. However, Meaty Boy is so Meaty Boy's had some idle time, so even the loss of the vill is not actually as big of a deal as it should at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, Meaty Boy, what are you doing? What are you doing? I think you need tighter walls. And this poor little villager does not have loom.
Oh,
at least Mollat Scout
did not attack.
Is a little lower.
Hey, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, I like this forward wall though, so that like it's gonna be harder for archers to range that gold.
I would have preferred it on the main gold. The wall position for the main gold is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you don't need these. Yeah, you got a few extra tiles there. But I'm looking at Mollat. He's starting the wall. He has a forward barracks going.
Yeah, he's going straight into scouts. He's already up to feudal. He's going to go up quicker than Meaty Boy. Scouts will be out quicker. And he doesn't need to invest quite so much into wood because his buildings will cost slightly.
And because of immaturity, Meaty's walls are really funny looking. We got the dong walls.
We haven't seen this before, have we, Tom?
We have not. Never.
Definitely didn't see this with Jian's walls in round 2.
Yeah, I don't understand this wall going in front of the wood line. But no, that's like trees are a nice natural wall. Oh, and there's a hole that Meaty Boy hasn't seen, and Mollat Scout hopefully tried to keep that open. I would. Yeah, because so there's a hole in here. That sucks because he found these two. I turned off that's how I don't understand why the grid's being all stupid. I turned off the small tree mods and everything just to see this nice luscious trees.
So we're seeing a drush, or at least we're seeing one militia. We're seeing one militia, but I think we're still going 100% going into scout.
Yeah, I think yeah. He just got the 2. He didn't put anybody on gold. Maybe that's why. That's enough. I mean, that's some good idle time.
Yeah, he's just annoying. That's perfect. And I think he should transition into scouts, to be honest.
Yeah, this is going to be a good comeback here. And Mollat's 2 vills ahead.
Yeah.
I just want to see. So
it's almost forced a counter drush from Meaty Boy here, which I don't think a drush is what Meaty Boy really wanted to go for.
You can tell he's dropping a stable right now. And Meaty has he's got enough food eco right now to be able to pump out those scouts, but we got more guys coming out of the. He has one more guy coming out of the barracks, Mollat. So he's got 3 guys, all with full health, plus a scout that almost is dead there, 9 HP. But I think this is. I know he didn't want to do it, but this is good to kind of get him to bounce back. But I think Meaty needs to get a couple more guys on these walls. I know he's got 2 guys walling if he's really trying to get it, but he does have a hold. If you look on the north side of his base,
yeah, Mollat is going man at arms. It's not personally, it's not the play that I would have chosen. But what it does do is, like we've said, it's forced Meaty Boy to go into militia of his own, which he does not want to use long term. Like, he does not need militia; he needs scout. And men at arms will kill scout.
Yeah.
Men at arms kill vills. Now that the scout is dead, though, and they're for Mollat, and there are 3 scouts out for Meaty Boy, those men at arms are dead.
So looking at this, he's still got that 2 vil lead. Meaty's floating a decent amount. He's got a good amount of food that he could pump out everything. So I think
I'm still not convinced with this man at arms play.
No, because now he's having to transition into spearman.
And he hasn't walled it. Like, man at arms is not a quick strategy. It's not a quick strategy. He needs to be going for something. If he's not walling up, if he's leaving his base open, he needs something that's maneuverable. Like, there's no way that man at arms are going to defend the scout.
And
they're just too maneuverable.
Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose, Tom. I'm touching the dong wall. I'm looking at this. Meaty's got a decent amount of scouts now. And he added attack. He added attack. And if you look at the military, Mollat only has 3. I'm trying to see. I think they're all in his barracks.
Yeah, he's got a couple of spears out, which is perfect. That's all he wants. A couple of spears is fine. But if Meaty Boy decides to go for any blacksmith upgrades on these scouts, that could be good, because he's going to want to transition either into knights or into cav archers. If he goes for bloodline, that's going to affect his cav archers and his knights, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Meaty needs to get in. Meaty needs to get. There's a hole anyway.
He'll get. He's in.
He'll get in. Like, there are 2 holes.
There we go.
Mollat. This is a misplay from Mollat.
Yeah. The men-at-arms aggression, I think if he got the drush out earlier, it would have been better, because it ended up being a little late. Nice quick walls. Very nice quick walls.
Very good. Oh, wow. No, but he's not. He's not closed. Oh, he just about got it, but he's still going to lose vills.
Yeah.
So the vill count is equal, and the military is in Meaty's favor. So, you know, the res is looking great for Mollat. He can ride out this storm and go up to castle.
Yeah, I just hopefully he's trying to idle him. Those are good spear placement. He's not gonna get out of there. Ugh, taking lots of hits. Does he? Let me see. No, I don't see any. No weak vills, except for the one that was walling. Don't take that fight. Ooh, that was a bad fight to take.
Boy. That was a terrible fight to take. And Mollat's walls are still 100% open. He is 100% open. He's open on the right-hand side, although he doesn't know it, because of that 1 tile gap between the woodline and his woodlines are not closed on the left-hand side either. He sees it. He sees that, though. He knows he's open. And I know he's got some spears out, but I don't think it's a good idea when there are scouts about to keep your base open.
Yeah, and Meaty doesn't know about the opening on the left side of Mollat's base. He has not scouted that. But he's still open, though, next to the gold. He never patched that, so we'll see. So what is Mollat going to do at the... I mean, he's going castle, so what do you think he's going to be rushing out at this point?
He has just deleted some walls, and he's plopping down a stable. He's going knight. That's standard play. Go into knights, because the knights will do a really good job in low numbers. The difficulty for with going cav archers is you have to make the mass. And cav archers as Malians are not going to compete with Huns. So I think that the knights is... He might go camel, depending on what he sees from from Meaty Boy. But at the moment, with scouts and spears, knights will take better trades than camels will. Later on in the game, camels could be great because they will beat Tarkans, they will beat knights, and with Farimba, they're very strong. In fact, he's going double down on the stable, so he's going to be producing 2 stable knights.
And Meaty just finally clicked up, but Meaty also has holes in his base. So
yep, but it does mean that Meaty goes up with an extra few villagers. He's 2 villas ahead.
Yeah.
He's still got a couple of military out. He needs to be producing now on his way up. I think he needs defense. He should see that the score is very close, and it's about the time you want to click up to castle. He also saw less of an investment into military from Mollat, so I think that he should know that the castle time is in, and it is now in.
Yeah. So there's the
He's
castle.
flopping down a second stable there.
Oh.
So that's good.
Boom. So we're gonna start seeing knights.
Yep. We've got knights on the way for Mollat, and we will have a second stable for Meaty Boy, but of course he's just got to get his upgrades now and wait for himself to be able to mass those knights.
Yeah, and Meaty has he's got guys on stone, so I'm curious if he's if he's going to be castle dropping, if that's his plan.
With the position in the score, I think that it's not a bad idea, because I think he just needs to be able to take some control in this game. His scouts didn't do quite enough to really push Mollat off of his game. Like Mollat is one of those players that does an exceptionally good job in the early and mid game, and start by his own admission to drop off slightly. He says, I like to kill quickly because I drop off in him. So I think the defensive castle I normally drop my first castle defensively. I think it's always the best play. But if you see the knights come out and they're in your base, I think just to get some I think possibly like Order said, make Mollat play against his own strength. So play for that long game.
All right, so knights are coming in to Meaty's base. So now Meaty's going to know that there's a hole or two.
Yeah, which is strange, because he knows there's a hole or two, because he has wall foundations down on the right hand side
that
where there
finished.
is that, and he never patched that yet. So
yeah,
and knights with upgrades will do just fine against knights with less upgrades. Oh no, Meaty Boy has actually got all his upgrades.
Here come the spears. That's gonna clean up those knights. Nope. I can't believe that Meaty didn't finish the walls.
I know, this is a Meaty thing. Meaty should be.
Meaty's the wall boy, and I'm surprised I don't see the stone walls. Where's the Stonewall Jacksons? That's probably why he was on stone to build. I mean, he has 2 TCs. But this
I mean, the scouting for Mollat is exceptional. His base, he knows everything about his own base. He knows everything pretty much about Meaty Boy's base. He's got units that have gone around from the right hand side. He's got a villager building outposts on the left hand side. He sees a lot more of the map than Meaty Boy.
Yeah.
And he still has holes in his wall.
I think that Meaty Boy needs to build a castle right in that area. You're not going to be able to wall this up at this point. Build that castle right in that little nook. Kind of stop that progression, I think.
What he is doing though, he's going at least reasonably heavily into pike, and that will be enough for now, because he could even transition into cav archers if he doesn't want to stick with knight. Because once if he can get the pikes out to take on those knights and then get some cav archers up in numbers, he will be fine. The difficulty is he's not got a villa advantage here. He does not have enough villagers to go for that. Please build another gate, don't repair. No.
And that's something that I learned from Odd or something like that. Just because you're just wasting. You could just build the gate and be fine.
It's a very much a waste of resources to do that. Although he doesn't have the numbers. The pikes didn't go with the knights. Oh dear.
Come on. This is not. Oh, he's even has the vills in there right now.
He's got everything, but at least the pikes are deterring the knights.
You got the res. Drop your defensive castle to kind of pause this from happening. I mean, if you look at also Vil count, mollat is 9 ahead at the moment.
Yeah, and we've got a nice little.
Oh, they chopped
siege
through a
workshop.
hole. They made a
And they
hole.
also have, yeah, there's a battering ram in the north that's come from a forward siege workshop on the hill.
Oh, I didn't even notice that because I
Gone
was so.
through the palisade wall. Oh dear, this is not looking good.
I don't know why Meaty's.
Oh, I like the TC position on the Golden Wood. That deters the knights again. That's great.
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, now he knows that he's getting in over here. I don't see the reaction yet for that battering ram. I mean, mollat.
No, and actually, the Vils could take that because there's nothing protecting that ram. That ram he's on his own. Although the knights are now coming around, so yeah,
This is gonna be a hard one. Now that castle should have been up a while back. Now it's not really serving a purpose because he's gonna be able to sweep around the back.
Yeah, the focus has switched for mollat. Mollat is on the other side of the base. The castle's only going down with one Vil. Like, Meaty Boy could delete that and plop it by his woodline and his stone. With all those Vils, he could wall it in. He could do pretty well. But that castle is still going up.
Now he sees these knights.
His army is also, the army is also out of position. It's at the front of his base still. Like, there are knights running around your eco, dude. You're moving your Vils, but you're not bringing your army across, Meaty Boy.
Meaty, what are you doing? Oh, they were dancing around the. There's so many gold Vil. There's too many gold Vils. Right there. They were dancing.
See, because he's got more than enough knights to take this fight. More than.
Yeah. And now in the TC fire, here you go, clean it up.
There we go, easy, nice.
There we go, there it is. All right.
A bit late, but he got there.
Oh, look at that, camels. 7 camels.
The camels are in, but the problem is there are still pikes. There are still pikes on the field. Camels trade terribly versus pikes.
This is probably gonna be a doubt castle. Maybe.
It's one Vil. Why is there one Vil?
Meaty Boy, come on. He's got 10 idols.
The Vils are fighting. The Vils are trying to fight. No.
I love it. I love the Vil fight. He does.
Oh,
that's funny. Send those Vils on that castle. Finish it.
But this is what we said. Mollat is strong in this early to mid game. He's got stables up at the back of the base now, so he can pump out some knights or camels to protect the battering ram.
I only see the 2 TCs also. Finish. All right. So that castle will go up, but that's really late.
2 TCs is great for an aggressive player like mollat. 2 TCs is not great for Meaty Boy because he is Vil behind. He is way too many Vils behind to make this work.
And this is great walls around his castle. That castle will go up.
And it's denying 2 gold. Okay, one of the golds is basically depleted, but it's denying 2 golds. It's a perfect position to be in.
Yeah,
he's getting his upgrade.
Yeah, Meaty has 27 idols right now.
Oh, Meaty Boy. It's going to be a meaty sandwich.
That castle is going to go up, too. He's not going to be able to deny it. Attack the house foundation.
Yeah, there's enough HP on those house foundations to not even worry. Now the army's coming out and it's going to get caught by the castle.
Oh, no. And now he's got all those Vils.
Everything wants to go there.
And meanwhile, if you look to north of his base, you got 3 stables and a barracks. Just to north of his base. I mean, he's surrounded. He's stopped.
He finally stopped the ram, which is great, but there's a siege workshop, 2 stables and 2 barracks on the left side of your base. There's a castle at the front of your base.
Yeah.
This is looking super GG for Meaty Boy. But like we know, Meaty Boy is one of those that's very good when he gets walled up. And he likes to boom, and he likes to wait it out until the late game, and I think that's what he'll be able to do on his home map. I don't even remember seeing them putting. Oh no, they did put bans in, so we can actually quickly. Yeah, they got round to it. So we've got Oasis and 4 late, and then Mongols and Franks.
Okay, Franks have been a huge favorite in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's just a lot of people. I mean, they got the strong cavalry that's easy for lower level people to be able to crank out. Ooh, look at that! And we're seeing, I don't know how to pronounce it. I call them Geppettos. So
We got the Geppetto.
Geppetto. I like calling them Geppettos.
Geppetto, Geppetto, whatever. We like
Yeah,
it.
you got what, 3 forward siege? Yeah, this is, I think you need to call it here. Give yourself 10 minutes to recoup. Because you're just delaying it at this point.
I mean, I hope Meaty Boy's done his homework and knows that Mollat is super strong in the early and mid game. If he can push it late game, I think he still has a chance.
He's still
not in this game.
And he's
Not
building stone walls now. Those stone walls needed to be up 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, or he just needed to not have holes. That was so much of a distraction for the knights to keep running in. The Geppettos, they'll die to the castle fire, but they're great for sniping vills.
Yeah, and Odd said that he knows about Mollat. Yeah, we know about Mollat, that he's strong. He's a very strong player. Meaty's still building stuff though. He built an outside stone camp over here. Stone mining camp.
I mean, he's got 8 on, so he's got 1800 gold. Like he's buying his way to imp.
All right, we're gonna see an imp.
He's still going to be later though, and he doesn't have the position. Unless you've got military out, you cannot buy your way to imp.
Yeah, and looking at military, Meaty's got about the same military, but the position, he's pinned.
Yeah, and the problem is Mollat is throwing camels away, but he has camels, and camels will beat knights. Like, camels is definitely the pick, and they've got more upgrades, and they will have Farimba when he gets up.
Does he have Farimba? Oh, that's in, okay.
That's
imp.
Tech,
okay. So, I mean, pop-wise, 30 vil lead for Mollat.
Yeah. Well, then Meaty's nearly on 69 vil, so it's nearly very nice. Oh, he's re-TCing though, on the right-hand side of his own castle, so that's good.
I kind of like that, because he could garrison in there and kind of use that as defense.
And it sort of protects the that little one-tile gap that I don't think he knows is there.
Well, and that's crazy if he does or doesn't, because his vills literally walk through it.
Yeah, he's either completely oblivious to the fact that they're doing it, or maybe does he play with small trees? Because we can see it, but I don't. If he's not playing with small trees, he won't be able to see that.
And I don't know. I know he usually. I'm not sure. I know he's not a big fan of the grid. I like using the grid and small trees when I'm playing.
Oh yeah, me too. Always. I even cast with it. It's just easy.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the nice, beautiful trees. That's where I was at. I mean, look at all these. Now he's got forward archery ranges, so he's probably going to be ripping out skirms. Probably going to go skirms and camels.
I think he would be silly at this point to go skirms. He's got the res. He's got the res. He can just go into crossbow. There's nothing from Meaty Boy in numbers that will hamper 10, 15, 20 crossbows. If the Cav Archer numbers get up, if the Tarkans come out, then yes, like, crossbow's not a good idea. But we have camels. Camel crossbow, that's a very strong combination against the Huns.
Meaty needs more archery ranges if he's going to do this. You're not going to be able to pump out the numbers.
And the Trebs are out already for Mollat.
Yeah. Now it's taking out that castle. And that castle has just a Treb sitting in it. For Meaty. This is it right here. That is where the whole battle is. But I mean, Mollat's got 105 vills, and he's still making vills.
It's what Tom and I have said in pretty much every best of 3. We get 2 players that are both really strong, but if one has a slightly better eco approach, a better boom, better macro behind their aggression, they will win. Like, the eco cannot be underestimated.
Yeah. And now the camels are just raiding the eco. You just gotta call it.
And the castle on the left-hand side goes up before the defensive castle of Meaty Boy. This
Fuck that.
position is eco is the Winco. Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
that. Eco's the Winco. This is, yeah. I mean, if you didn't have the holes in the walls, this would have been a completely different story, this game. But I don't understand, like, you're starting to do the stone walls at such a late time in a weird spot where the push wasn't even happening. That castle goes down, like, what do you do now? You got nothing.
Yeah, I think he panicked when the ram came in Castle Age,
Yeah.
and he's worried about that forward or that backward, with the siege workshop and the camels, the stables. But
And there's the
GG's.
GG.
Oh, dearie me. The Dong base did not hold.
The
No,
dog
it did not.
base did not hold. Let's look at those stats. Yeah, mollat had it everywhere across the board. Military, eco, tech, everything. I mean, the army size didn't even get that large, 30 to 22. Like largest army. But Flaccid
Tom
Tom.
Snuffles.
I
Tom
love it.
Snuffles.
I love it, Tom. Yeah, media had 2,200 stone.
Yep.
He should
He
have
could
been
have
able.
had castles out a lot earlier.
Yeah, yeah. He just had Vilhai. Yeah, I mean, literally that early aggression, okay, but Meaty was able to get the scouts in, took a bad fight, had a hole had two holes in his base, and then that was it. Couldn't recover. They should let me cast.
No, we probably shouldn't, should we? We probably shouldn't.
That's funny. That's funny. All right,
No, we
so
love
update the score. I don't know what their next civs are gonna be. Yeah, it wasn't hard enough. I love where this is headed. Oh, they got a thing for the next one.
Lovely,
Let me
jubbly.
see. He keeps. Where did he post it? I saw the notification. Oh, he posted in the stream advertising again. All
Stream
right.
advertising, yeah.
All right. So then we could see this. While this is loading, I'm drinking. I feel like. Let's see what the delay is on this. We got a minute
Oh,
50. All right. Let
well,
me.
I like it.
Meaty's got the
I like
Britons.
it. Yep, Britons on Yucatan, they are not a bad civ at all.
No.
And as soon as Mongols were banned, it's definitely one of the top few picks. They get a super snowbally type of civ, and they get so many herdables in the start. Although Tatars also get a nice herdables bonus as well. So this could be a very interesting match. I don't think Tatars quite have the power though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a slow. It's got to be a slow build up for the Britons until they can mass their crossbowmen. But once you get that, I mean, how are the Tatars going to be able to counter that? I mean, I got the cav archers, but those take forever to produce.
It's speed versus strength, I think, and the Tatars have to do a lot of early damage. If they don't have that early damage, Tatars they drop off quite heavily to Britons.
Yeah, and I agree with Monkey. Longbows melt anything that the Tatars have. So tartar sauces. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That like Tatars, they're a good civ. They've got a lot going for them, but again, Yucatan is quite a closed map. Britons can wall off super easily. Meaty Boy's very good at that kind of play, and he's got a civ that suits that style.
Yeah, I think you could definitely tell that Meaty Boy knew what was happening on this Yucatan map, going for those herdables, getting that extra, making those things rip out food so much faster. It's those small things. All right, I'll be pausing it here in a moment. Give me it's still loading, and I am paused. I'm at 2 seconds.
Oh, me too. How good is that?
That was perfect.
Hashtag procasters.
Procasting. All right. I'll just do a countdown again. We'll go on one, all right?
Uh-huh.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we'll get that score up. So I think this is definitely
Oh,
going to
that's
be
an unfortunate
interesting here.
house. It's an unfortunate house for Mollat, though. That's right on his stone. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, he realized it too, I think. Man, that's gonna delay some stuff there. Looking at its space, I think it's easily wallable. Meaty's kind of open in the front, but he could easily wall that up. Either case, their golds are pretty protected for both of them. I know it's a little forward for Mollet, but you get that wall up, no archer, not even the Briton archers are going to be able to range those gold piles. So.
Oh no, 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 not
So,
even.
no.
If you get a stone wall up between where his front bore
Yeah,
are,
no,
like,
no chance.
nah. Trebs could get you gold if you like, but yeah, the step lancers, Tom, they are a perfectly viable option. Earlier in the game, definitely earlier in the game. If you once we like we know with Britons and the mass, they can go champion, they can go longbow, they can go arb, they can go ram, they can go light cav. They've got a lot of versatility.
Mollat, he
In
has
that late game.
7 right now on sheep, or whatever, turkeys. He put 7 of them on food. He's really trying to get a ton of
But
food.
that's the great thing, because villagers get an extra 50% of food from herdables as Tatars.
It's
So although they don't,
50%? Wow.
yeah, so they get an extra 50% food from all their herdables. They don't take it as quickly as Britons do, but they get the extra food. So it's really useful. And actually, the Keshik now is actually a really viable unit.
Yeah, and as Super Monkey's saying, Britons only need 5 on sheep early, and that's something that I learned from Odd. Like, if you're going Britons, you could easily just put 5 on sheep and then go straight to wood on your 6 mil because of how fast that they collect herdables. So it kind of puts you at a little bit of advantage being able to get to wood faster.
Although he is still keeping his 6.
But
He's bringing in a boar. It's all good.
We got
It's
clean.
solid.
We'll zoom in on this, see if how that boar goes. Garrison. Oh, come on, bring that boar in.
Like under the TC, it's close. It's close.
It's close.
Not quite.
Yeah, and I don't blame this at all for Mollat going, since it's the 50%. I mean, it's starting to lure in the boar now, but that's crazy. I didn't realize it was 50%.
Yeah, it's insane.
Especially
it's
on this map. I mean, with all the herdables you get. Now, is that on hunt as well, or is that just herdables?
So just herdables for Tatars and Britons, but then obviously you've got Mongols that get the hunt bonus, which is obviously why they were banned.
Yeah, and I think that's a wise ban. And I think I don't know who banned Mongols.
The Mongols ban was from me because it was player 2.
So he probably did it on purpose because he knew he was going to pick Yucatan. So he picked 100%. Yucatan. He's like, nope, I'm banning Mongols, so you don't get a bonus. I'm going to do this. Probably didn't realize the tartar sauce bonus either, like I did it. So.
Yeah, it's a great bonus if, like, in every map that only has 8 herdables, it's good. It's still good, but because it's not speedy, it's not as good as the Britain's bonus. But here, because you've got this is food, you can have long-term food for days here.
Yeah, this is awesome. So on Mollat's base next to his house, is there a gap there? Because I don't have small trees enabled. Is that a gap to the right of his house?
It looks like a gap.
Oh, we might have a little hole. There's always a hole. That's DE. That's this game.
There is always 100% always a hole.
And it looks like there's a hole behind. I can't tell because, again, I don't have the small trees. It's hard to tell if Meaty has a hole at that back wood line back and to the right. I can't tell if that goes to the edge of the map or not. All right.
All his wood lines are fine.
Okay.
Yep, so Meaty Boy can take some super dirty. Yeah, he's fine. It's all nice and...
Alright. I like this. That mill is in a decent placement, too, to be able to hunt those deer. Those 8 deer that are off to the side for Meaty. If he wants to do that. So, that's not too bad of a walk.
No, the deer placement for mollat is not as good. That's quite far off to the left,
Yeah,
and in an awkward position. I still don't understand why people insist on milling berries. Yeah, exactly. Tom Snuffles, don't get berries, get hunt. I
yeah,
don't understand the obsession with going for berries on Yucatan. Yes, you've got a lot of berries. If you're Frank,
yeah.
then fine. If
Yeah,
you're
Frank's
Frank's,
because you
fine.
could rip through those berries.
But as any other Civ, and especially we've seen Mongols players do it, we've seen consistently pretty much all of the players who go Mongols on Yucatan still mill the berries.
Yeah, so, and if you notice, Malat's just chilling right in front of that mill, just trying to see what's going on. Oh, Meaty's going. I like this. He's going to be doing a drush into archers. That's solid. I like that play. I wish that he
Yeah, but
didn't
Monarch,
show it. I wish he didn't show it to
yeah,
the scouts. I wish he would have went straight to the base with it. Yeah, now
uh,
you're going nowhere.
but the problem is though, he hasn't scouted anything.
No, I was
His
about to.
scout's been
Yeah.
completely idle.
Oh, Meaty.
And now
Idle
the Jaguars
scout.
getting involved. Jaguars getting involved, taking out the HP on the militia. Yeah,
Oh,
a drush is a brilliant strategy, but
yeah.
not on Yucatan. It's one of those maps that is so wallable that unless you get like a Lithuanian instant drush out, like there's not a lot you can do. I mean,
Yeah, now
in this
he's essentially
particular
walled in
matchup,
the front. Now
yeah,
this
I mean,
now
in
this is
this
just
particular
idling
matchup as well,
scouting. So this isn't doing anything.
no, his drush should continue to go forward. Like there's nothing. Like these militia have served no purpose. Now they're just going to die to the Jaguar, or at least lose a lot of HP, and that's a waste of 60 gold.
And if we look
Yeah,
at Malat, his fog of war, I mean, he hasn't seen everything of Meaty, but he knows the front was open when he came up.
yeah, but
And
he's
Meaty
up.
knows nothing, and he's up before. So now,
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate of Drush FC. Tom Snuffles will know. I love me some Drush FC into night,
yeah,
and get some super power plays with the early castle. Loads of knights with a civ like Slavs, maybe Lithuanians. But exactly as Tom says, you need A, the scouting info, and B, you need to get it out quick. A Drush that's going to come in now at 13 minutes if he even moved his army,
yeah, it's
which he hasn't, is still too late.
go on that hunt now, Meaty. Come on. All right, he's going. He's gonna put 3 on gold. If you want to be able to do double,
Farms.
uh,
He's going farms. Why? Everyone's going farms. Do people not like venison? I love venison. Like,
I've had
I love
venison
me
a
a
couple
venison steak.
times in my life. I've had it a few times. It's delicious. Not gonna lie. Real venison, not
Yeah.
too bad.
Why no venison, guys? Especially like Mollat's going scouts. Like
Oh,
he could have profited so much from those deer.
so I want
So
to
much.
see. Yeah, Meaty Boy's got so much food though in the bank, and if you're going archers, you don't. I mean, you're gonna need a lot more wood.
He's going straight FC now. His drush was
Yeah.
compromised. He's just going straight FC. He's going to wall up. He's going to be fine. That's the thing.
This is
Like
it.
this map
This is why I said I think it's gonna go 3 games. I think home map. I know he has a palisade. I'd love to see more stone, and I don't know how. Like, and a lot of people realize like you could easily drop 3 TCs as the Britons in an FC because of the amount of stone it takes to build a town center. As long as you have enough food to keep those pumping, you could literally start with 4 TC right away. Just drop, drop, drop.
The issue, however, is that Meaty Boy has not sent anybody over to his right hand side.
No, and he doesn't.
Scouted it.
And he didn't scout all the way, but that's not enough to know if you're open or not. And here we go. Here comes 5 scouts incoming. Do the scouts know? Oh, now they do.
The scouts
they
know, and Meaty Boy is housed. Oh.
Yeah,
And
Titanic.
hang on. He's not clicked up. to castle. He's clicked wheelbarrow instead.
Meaty,
Meaty
why
boy.
did he also do? Yeah, now he doesn't have. Now he doesn't have the food. He had the food.
Yeah, he had the food.
I
He
wanted
had an
to.
archery range. He had a blacksmith. He was ready to go, and he clicked wheelbarrow. He's lost all his food. He's also got a Vil queued after that.
How is just because I don't want to go away from this. Did he also click the the wood upgrade and the farm upgrade? Because you're supposed to do that after you click.
I don't think he did actually. I can go in the tech tree and just have a quick gander.
Yeah, he didn't have the right armory comp to clear up those scouts. Because the scouts have +1, and they also have attack.
So he's got double bit axe,
Yeah,
but he hasn't got horsepower.
Yeah,
But you don't need them. You don't need them straight away.
No, you do. You drop your blacksmith, you drop your market, and you click up.
No, there's a hole, meaty boy. 3 archers is not enough.
No, you're not gonna be able to clear that up with archers. And now
3
he's
archers
in the wood line.
without fletching is even worse.
And here it is again.
Armor.
If Meaty had closed that gap, we wouldn't have this. The scouts would have just came back to his base, and then he would have done everything too. So he would have.
He's losing Vils. He's losing archers. There aren't enough spears on the field.
Yeah, now it's.
Well, there are enough spears on the field. They're just not doing anything.
13 Vil difference in feudal.
And he's not. The thing is, he's not. He's barely producing Vils. He's not got the food to click up, but he's still not producing properly. Yeah. Oh, this is a disaster, meaty boy.
Yeah, it's GG, boys.
I mean, I had it pipped for a mollat win, easy peasy. But
I thought so too. I'm like, he's got the walls going. He's gonna get the meaty ball going.
Yeah,
but this is the thing. This is what we all know about Mollat. He gets that early aggression, and then he has that middle game where he could just like pump this stuff out. And now finally clicking castle, like 4 minutes late.
And pretty much exactly the same as Mollat when he invested into Scout.
Yeah.
Look, 42 villagers. Like, Mollat is pumping. He's got farms. He's not taking his deer, so I'll give him the slap on the wrist.
That was a... I hate it when my walls do what his just did. They do that stupid L instead of an angle. That happens to me all the time. And Mollat has a 1 HP scout hiding at the top corner of the map.
Which could be really useful. It won't get any picks, but it could do a nice bit of scouting.
Yeah, just a quick scout to see what's going on. What is he going to pump out? I mean, obviously, Meaty's going to go crossbow. I mean, that's what you have to do. I like picking Britons a lot. Whenever I use the Britons, one of the things I like to do is because archers aren't as great 1v1 in feudal, it's nice to pump out a few spears just to kind of have that aggression. But if you're doing that, you can't FC. But Meaty has 3 idols. I think. And
he only has 29 Vils.
Yeah.
And 3 idols, so he's only got 20. He's only got 26 working Vils. This is. He's slowly working on it, but he's got this random villager, like at the top of his base.
I don't know if
I don't know what she's up to.
Oh, you know what? I could tell you, he didn't have that all the way scouted. He didn't know if there was a hole up there. Meaty has not done a good job of scouting this game. Now he's all right. So here's the Meaty stone wall. So we got the Stonewall Jackson happening. All right.
However, I would like to point out that his wood line at the bottom of his base next to that stone wall is now extremely thin. He could overchop that super quickly. So he needs to relocate one of his back wood lines. Yeah, he's got 2 super safe wood lines.
Well, and he hasn't had anybody on stone this whole time, so these stone walls now prevents him from dropping a couple TCs.
Yeah.
And here we go. We have Tatars. We got Skirms. I think this is solid because as Britons, you know what's going to happen. But I think that he just go Knights.
Yeah, the Skirms.
Oh, he's doing the Cav archers.
Yeah, he's doing the Cav. I think he's just getting some Skirms out for a bit of safety. But crossbows, if they get, especially Briton crossbows, if you get your upgrades, they will melt Skirms. Like Skirms is a terrible play. You want a Mangonel out.
You're not going to get that wall. All right, so here we go. We don't have Bodkin yet. It's on its way.
But we still have the extra range anyway, so that's good. No, don't just move the villa away. Move the villa away.
He did. He
Thank
did. He
you.
did. Woo, baby!
Woo!
All
Woo!
right, this is where you kind of back up your wall, make it even with that stone line if you're trying to
Oh
stone.
no, but the villagers on the right-hand side that were making the stone wall of
Are
stone walled
walled
themselves
out.
out.
All right. All right,
Meaty
relocate them
boy.
to another location just to have them keep moving. All right, so he does have Bodkin, and he has that +1 extra range, so as long as he does like a stand ground patrol, the skirmishers aren't going to be able to range him. So
Yeah.
that's what I love about the Britons. Yeah, and this is really thin. It's got 50 wood left, and then he's cut through, and there's a hole.
And there are 2 villagers on the same tree as well.
Yeah,
so this is
that thing's shredded. 35.
Oh, it's
and
going
he needs
down.
guys on stone. He needs stone so we can make TCs. Because that Vil lead is almost 20 now.
See, Mollat, though, this is a misplay from Mollat.
I
Because he's
agree.
attacking the villagers that are chopping through. He's alerted him to the fact that the wood line is exposed.
And now they're relocated. With 13 wood left, too.
That Mollat.
Oh, he would have been in.
Ruined your chance of a free win. That would have been a free win.
So, biggest thing, I mean, I like the mango that we got going for Meaty.
Perfect.
Because I would say, like, perfect defense against the Britons. Any archer civ, get a couple rams up. Rams in and just say they absorb it all. That's a good mango. Get away from that.
It's going to do absolutely fine versus skirms and cab archers. Yeah, Super Monkey Cat. I would love to see Mollat send a Vil forward. Oh, the skirms. Oh, that was less than. That was not a bad that I wanted to see.
Ooh, yeah, that's a lot.
It's okay. You only missed one dead skirm.
All right, so we do have.
Yeah, I would love to see a forward Vil to chop that tree. That would be 3,000 IQ. But Mollat.
That would be the best. All right, he's looking around. Those 2 Vils are dead. Nope, he didn't even see it. Why aren't they attacking? It must be on stand ground. Oh, there they go.
It's the fire delay. Mollat's clicking too quickly.
Oh.
But it's fine. They're dead.
All right.
Oh, dear. And we're still 23 Vils behind.
That's a lot. And still, let me go. Still only 1 TC.
Yeah, he can put a second one up. He's got 100.
Yeah, shortly he'll be able to put 2 up. To get to 200. Yep, there you go. Put 2. You get 2.5.
200. Yeah.
That forward castle is solid.
Yeah. That's a good castle. That denies that stone, and that's what he needs. He wants to get. I think he wants to get yeoman as well. He needs yeoman.
Oh, that'd be nice.
For his archers. Yeah, and that means it just denies putting a defensive castle there.
Yeah, I mean he knows exactly. I mean the stone walls are great. I think I would have liked to see the castle back 1 more tile. Because then it could be able to rip through the palisade, rip through the stone wall, and the house. Oh, look at Meaty's double walling. Look at that. Triple walling. Sorry, triple walling.
That's not going to go up before the castle's up.
No, it's not.
Your village is going to die. Meaty boy. No.
Oh, no, don't send up that. That's too late to send up your mango now.
Yeah, don't do that's a waste of a mango. There's a dead Vil. There's a dead mango.
There it goes.
Oh, Meaty boy, that's free death.
All right, he got 54 or 64 HP off of that castle.
Oh,
castle 3 petards, yeah.
In fact, the castle could just shoot through the houses, and the skirms can take the palisade.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
and it's open besides that, because those are just foundation walls. They're not anything. Like that's just straight up open.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wall behind his stone now, which is that, and that was
coming so late. I just wanna. So 70 Vils for Mollat. I haven't looked at his base. Nothing's really. I mean, he's open on the left, but it doesn't matter. There's no aggression. Nice.
No.
He never even grabbed those last 3 turkeys or the hunt. Neither of them took any of the hunt. Come on now.
I know. Oh dear. I mean, the cab archers are trying to like get through on the left-hand side, but there are still stone walls.
Battering
and the mango's
ram.
coming out. The mango could do some damage if Mollat doesn't move his army, though.
I don't think he sees it either. Well, this could be an awesome shot. Ooh, baby!
Oh all the
Bada
skirms, and he's not
booms.
reacted. He's not reacted. Oh, and
Yeah,
more skirms go
two.
down.
Do we get a third? Nope, he moved in enough.
No, skirms
Oh
are
wait,
like,
they're coming
I'm
back. Oh,
having no more of
I thought he was coming back for a second. All right.
that.
But like
Yeah,
the whole thing here is though Meaty only has 8 military. And look, I mean, he's got gold for days.
yeah,
He's got enough.
Yeah.
He's got enough wood, but he's doing what he criticized me of the other day. You need to make more production buildings, and he has 1 archery range. 1 archery range,
Yeah,
1 siege, 1 barracks.
And 1 barracks. Yep. He's getting a university. Is he going to try and get to imp, or is he just going ballistics? But the thing is if he goes ballistics, he hasn't got the military to make use of the ballistics.
Does he even
All his
have an
units are
archer?
spears. No, he's got 3 skirms and 6
spears. And that's it. Apparently,
that is his entire military. Yep, that's everything.
And it's kind
the mango is gone as well. I don't know where the mango is. That's dead.
It died. But like the whole thing is, the castle's able to range it. But the whole thing is, if he would have mass crossbow, it still would be able to take this army.
Yeah, he'd be able to defend suitably well. But now, cav archers will micro down spears nicely.
Oh, yeah, not enough skirms. And
so
now here,
of them.
And look at Mollat. He knows exactly what to do against a Briton player. He has enough rams to be able to come in to distract, but doesn't even matter. That TC should go down.
Although the mango shot. Oh, that was nice.
Oh, I gotta make
sure.
The micro!
Micro, very nice. And the GG is called.
Boy, oh boy. Let's see. Score GG. GG, boys. I really thought it was going to go 3 games. Again, it came down to having a hole in the wall. And then also, I don't know why Meaty did that with what he did there with not clicking castle and just kept making vills and doing wheelbarrow.
Yeah. Oh, Mollat's in the chat. Hey, dude.
Hey,
GG,
Mollat.
well played.
GG. GG, boy. Man, I predicted 3 games. I really thought we'd see the meaty ball. We didn't get to see the meaty ball.
And it was just down to a little bit of a lack of scouting in the early game, and a little bit of a misplaced drush. Drushes are great, but on Yucatan, I don't think it's worth it. You either go into scouts to try and get some early aggression in, or you just go FC. Just put some solid, dirty walls down, straight off to Castle Age. And with Britons, like, you want to be in Castle Age, you want to have crossbows.
That's what that's your goal. Is you got to get to Castle so you can mass up those archers. You have the crossbowmen, and then just start the snowball effect. Because you won't have the range on it with any of the units at Castle Age.
Yeah. Unless you're against Turks and they get Janissaries out, which are weak against archers, so you'd never see it. That the only unit that can range have the same range as Briton crossbows. So there is nothing that could have stopped Meaty Boy that early on in Castle Age if he'd have gone, like, if he only knows a Drush FC build as opposed to an FC build, just do a Drush FC build without the Drush. Like, literally just don't make the Drush. If you want to take the 10 gold, if you want to build the barracks, fine. Just don't make the militia. Then you've saved yourself 180 food and 60 gold.
And that would have been the click.
Hit feudal age, and that would have been perfect. Like, even if you've never practiced like a complete FC, or you don't feel comfortable going naked FC, it's still the play on Yucatan if you can wall up. And even then, like, his wall was super late on the right hand side. The scouts got in; they did so much damage. Mollat's unit control was very, very strong.
So I'm looking at the timeline here, and like the biggest mistake here is the 10 minutes in feudal time. You can see, like, on the timeline that Meaty has a little bit of an army, but his Vill production is stagnant. And I know why it's stagnant. He wants to be able to click up, but he keeps producing different things and doing different researches that's just hindering his food production. And you could just see, like, it doesn't do anything. And the whole time, he has a slower Castle Age because he was giving aggression, which is fine. But, I mean, that right at that 18-minute mark, that's it. Like, Meaty Boy couldn't handle it from there. That was the time. And just, I don't know, the lack of scouting. Did he even, won't tell me because at the end of the game, I don't think he ever even saw the base the entire game. I don't. Meaty Boy never got to it.
No. I mean, he didn't scout it early game. His drush was sort of a waste. Yeah. So this is that's such a shame. We've seen a lot of 2-0s in this second round, a lot
Yeah,
more so than in round one. And I think it's a little bit down. Yes, it's down somewhat to a lack of research. Like Ravioli probably could have beaten Last Bullet more convincingly, but he
I
just didn't
agree.
do any research. And here, like Meaty Boy, if he'd have walled up on that right hand side and he'd have cancelled his drush and just gone for straight FC with solid walls into double archery range production of crossbows, I think he would have been absolutely fine and could have even taken the game. But Mollat has such good early aggression that if those walls don't come up, he gets such worth out of his early aggression.
Yeah, it's just a small things. Like I like the idea of a drush, especially at that time. He wasn't walled up, but Meaty didn't have the scouting. So I mean, if he just had like at least where he was at, he could at least send those militia just straight forward, just to harass a little bit. I mean
Yeah,
that's it. Just not knowing where the base is and now chasing around his scout. That was about it.
yeah,
So
I think that was the misplay with the drush. Yeah, if he had scouting, fine. Drush is okay. It's one of my favorite. I love Drush FC. It's a great strategy, but definitely on a more open map. Yucatan is very easy to wall, um,
yeah.
and yeah, like we said, Mollat didn't wall,
Mm-mm.
but he didn't need to. He kept, for some reason, the Drush was chasing the scout as well as the scout was chasing the scout. So the Drush was not even keeping Mollat's aggression penned in his base for a little bit. So it didn't delay Mollat at all. Mollat had a free boom. He had absolutely he
Thanks
had
for the
free
follow.
boom, free aggression. He
Yeah,
was on the road to victory there.
yeah. It's that early aggression that we knew that uh, Mollet was gonna do, and he was able to get that like in feudal first game in Dark Age, going into feudal, making into Men at Arms, which we thought was a mistake, but ended up kind of idling it a bit for media, and then the holes again. It comes down to a little idle TC time and having holes in the base. And I mean those are things that every player at our level is struggling with. Holes, that's across the board. Doesn't matter if you're a 2K player or not. The holes in the walls, man. I don't know. Crazy, crazy. Those good games though. I think the first game, I don't know if it tilted Meaty at all. I don't know if it made him rage at all. And then it kind of put him on the back foot. So it'd be interesting to see later on what happens with that aspect, to hear his aspect. So who does Mollet play in this next in round three? I'm trying to pull up that tournament bracket right now.
So I have it. Where is Monarch versus Meaty Boy?
Opening it up.
Right down the bottom. He faces Tiro,
Get a
who
little.
2-0's Canuck. So Monarch 2-0's Meaty Boy and Tiro 2-0's Canuck. So this could be again another exciting match.
I like that. Yeah, I have not had a chance to see Canuck or Tiro play yet. So how is Tiro's gameplay? Like, what is his usual
Tiro is
MO?
solid.
Solid.
Tiro is very solid. He does. I mean, from what we saw of him in the first round, we didn't get to cast his match the other day because we were casting another match that was at the
Okay.
same time. So I think me and Tom will cast it tomorrow as a rec in our downtime. So we will see how he did. Obviously, well, he won 2-0, but we thought he was the heavy favorite going into that matchup anyway. He's from what I remember, he's just a very solid player. But again,
Nice.
Mollat, very solid player. Like they don't do anything that looks like out of the box and really ridiculous. It all seems sort of relatively meta, but it's just solid play. It's just very solid, good builds, early aggression, good transitions. Yeah,
Well,
really good.
looks like Nightbot or something's down because I'm not able to get the
It's
rank
probably
command.
AOE zone.
Yeah. AOE2.net. Yep. The
Yeah.
site is being the worst right now. It's oh Meaty wants to hop in the chat. I like that. I'm gonna change him. He should be able to because I thought I made him an admin. So hang on a second. I like that. Get to hear. I like that we're getting to hear the. Normally, it's always the winner that wants to do the chit chat. So, Meaty, yeah, we can hear you now. You're just really quiet.
That's the big old loser.
What's up, Meaty boy?
Hey, what's up?
Say hey to Finny.
What's up, Finny?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, I guess.
So, did you know that your base was not fully walled in game one?
Well, I had the tiles set up to build walls there, and they just never did it.
Oh
Okay.
no.
And I kind of forgot about it, and then it was too late by the time, obviously. So like I knew those holes were over by that tree line. I had the fucking tiles built up the wall, and they just never did it.
Did you ever see the hole that was in between the two tree lines?
Yeah.
Okay. Not
I
the
had it
two
filled.
tile one. It was like a one tile one. That's what I was wondering about.
Well, that one I actually didn't even know about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was there. I
It
had
was a
no.
very sneaky one.
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit, but it was my fault. It's funny because the part I thought I had walled, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have got in through there anyway. So but maybe I would have saw that one if they walled that spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you'd have walled the original spot and then Centerville sort of clicked them outside the wall, you'd have said, hang on, how did you get out? And then you would have seen it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but those two tiles, I don't, thanks DE, I think.
Yeah,
yeah, because the foundations were there. I was on your perspective. I mean, they were sitting there, those two foundations, and we just didn't have any idea why they didn't finish the walls. Because I mean, if you would have had your walls up, it would have been a different story. Because Mollat came up with his drush, which changed into Men with Arms, and
right.
you came back, and we were like, I don't know about doing this, whatever. But you were able to have enough food to be able to do the scouts. But then you took a fight with
Right.
the spearmen that was just not that great.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like, okay, here comes the walls, and then it just never happened.
Yeah, and I had to keep all my villagers idle because he kept attacking me from everywhere.
Yeah.
Which was very frustrating. So I knew all my villagers were idle, but there was nothing I could do.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Like the biggest difference in both games. There's a couple things but was the vills. Like it was like 30 plus difference, like in Castle Age, for game one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think if you would have had more guys on that forward castle that you had, like that defensive forward castle, I think it would have helped out a lot more with that hole. He would have stopped, but I mean, he only had,
Right.
and you couldn't see it, but he only had one siege at the back of your base, and he only had that one ram. That was it.
I know that fucking ram was annoying the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
But yeah, I think that was it. And then my criticism was you said the same thing to me there when I played my round one games. You're like, I noticed that you have a tendency to not make production buildings, and you just did the same thing. You only had like one or two, so you weren't able to mass out that military because Malat did not have a massive military when he was
Yeah.
doing that, but it was just a right combination.
Well, I will say, like, the thing was, like, I felt like I almost had nowhere to build, and I was trying to get out,
Okay.
and that's why I built that town center on the
I
right.
love that town center you built was in a great place.
And because I was just trying to find a way to kind of get out, because where he was hitting me from the front, the side, and the back.
In the back, yeah.
The only spot he wasn't hitting me was from the right, and I tried to build those two stables, but at
Mhm.
that point it was over.
Yeah.
And
My prediction was it was going to go
yeah,
to 3 games. That was my prediction. I figured whoever got the home map, like the loser game one, was going to win game two. So going into game 2, you made
Yeah.
a drush in
Well,
that, but you didn't know where his base was.
well, my thinking behind it really wasn't to be a drush. I assumed he was drushing me again. So,
Ah.
uh,
It was an intuitive counter drush that ended up just costing you resources.
yeah,
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's difficult because obviously I think this is Mollat's strength, this is ability in the early game. And I think for you in your first round, we saw you do some dirty walls and some great defensive walls.
Mm,
And Yucatan is the perfect map for that. And I would have just said turn your Drush FC into a wall FC. Just
Yeah.
wall up, go straight to FC.
right.
Obviously, you were expecting a drush, so you counter drushed, and that's a good decision to make. But on I think in the circumstances, Yucatan is not a map that anyone would really drush on.
Yeah. And he just fucking sent scouts, and I was just like, well,
Well,
at
and
that
that it
point,
was another thing. You had that the
I
hole.
honestly, when I saw the scout, I knew the hole was over there. I just didn't get over there
Okay.
to feel it. When I saw all the scouts, I honestly wanted to quit the game right there, like for real. I'm like, this game's over. I already knew it was over at that point. Like I felt like, because I think he was just going to do too much damage at that point, but obviously, I'm not going to quit right away. But I knew I just didn't have anything to like back it up. And yeah, I felt like he was gonna wreck me, which he kind of did.
Yeah, and Mollat is a really good player. He has a great Dark Age, Feudal Age, Castle Age. If we could have got to the meaty post imp,
Yeah, no, we didn't
that's what
even
we're
come
waiting
close.
for was that, and he was able to delay the meaty ball.
Yeah, and actually felt good in that second game. Like I was gonna click castle almost right out of feudal, and I got fucked up.
Well, yeah, and we're like he's clicking wheelbarrow and he's clicking this, and like you had the res
Yeah,
for it, and then that was just the
that-
snowball not clicking up.
there- well, no, there was something happened where I couldn't click up, so
Did you not have maybe it was a building?
I didn't have enough guys on food or something, and like something was fucked up. Like I wasn't close enough. I don't know what was going on. There was something, and probably didn't have the building. There was something where I
Mm,
was not unable to do it,
okay,
and that's
so then
and
you
that's
just
why
kind of delay.
and then that's why I clicked it. That's why I clicked wheelbarrow because there was something I was doing to like, so I wasn't like idle and not doing anything because I knew I wasn't going to be able to click up the castle. I think I needed another building.
Yeah, and there's I don't know if it's S Scannerell. I don't know how to say name. Sorry. And Malat. Honestly, Malat, I could see you going to semifinals easily. You have such a clean build.
Yeah, I already told him he better fucking win now.
Like legit. I mean, honestly, there's a few player. I mean, like he had a clean build the whole time. I mean, he's able to drush. He's able to scout rush. I mean, you got two decent ones right there. I mean, I think the drush. I know, like for a lot of us low level people, defending against scouts is very difficult, but it's easily countered with just a couple spears patrolling. If you want. But I think the drush that he's able to do, that's something that you're not ready for, I think, at our level. Because like your reaction is what Meaty Boy did in game 1. All right, I'm just gonna pump out a couple of my own militia and just kind of stop it. So I
I
think a
thought I did
lot.
okay
Yeah,
blocking the drush
you
in the
did.
first game.
I think no, you did awesome. We were wondering why he was doing that instead of scouts. And it's funny because he picked the Malayans or Malians, however you say it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I just played them last night in a game. I'm like, I had no idea anything about this Civ. I'm like, it was like the first time I ever played them, and here they were in this tournament, and apparently they're OP.
Yeah,
So
I was expecting the drush definitely in the first game.
okay,
So, um, I thought I did okay. Um, I just I just made scouts to kind of clean it up, and then I was able to go try to cause a little havoc in his base, but um, not enough. And yeah,
yeah, I like
and
it.
then
Yeah,
I just ended up having to play defensive again, and I didn't get to, show any aggression
Yeah.
after that point, after the initial scout rush. And yeah, I was just sitting in my little dung or base in the back.
Hey,